Okay, dear. So let's start with the routing. Okay. Before going to start with the routing, we must understand what is routing and why do we need the routing. Okay. A router is used to communicate in different network, right or not? Different local area networks. A router decides the pathways or routes to reach from any specific source to any specific destination from the network. So that will be done by the help of a router. That is why all the interfaces of a router will have to provide a different network. So if I talk about this network, we have to provide first of all the IP address 192.168.10.2, 192.168.10.1. Here we have to provide different network 192.168.11.1, 11.2, 192.168.12.1 and 192.168.12.2. We have just provided the different networks. How the data will be forwarded in between these two? So the data will be start forwarded from 192.168.10.2, right? Now the data will be move forwarded to 192.168 dot which one? 10.1. Now 10.1 will forward the data to 192.168 dot 11.1. Then 11.1 will forward the data to 192.168 dot 11.2. Then the data will be forwarded to 192.168 dot 12.1 and next, yeah, 192.168 168.12.2. So this is how the sequence will be done for the data forwarding. Now what is the
Yes.
problem? Why do we need the routing first of all? Let us provide the IP address to all of these first of all. Okay. So on PC, this PC let me have provided the IP address 192.168.10.2 and the gateway is what? 192.168.10.1 gateway. Okay. On this side, let's provide the IP address to this PC. Okay. And gateway also. Okay. We have provided the IP address and as well as the gateways. Now let's provide the IP address to these routers. First of all, on this router, no. Enable configuring terminal interface G 0/0/0. No shutdown. Okay. Turn off the interface. Then provide the IP. IP address 192.168.10.1 and 255.255.255.0. We have provided the IP address to this interface. Let's provide the IP address to next interface, that is interface G0/0/0 0/0/1, right or not? Which one? G, right? Gig interface. Okay. No shutdown. IP address is 192.168.11.1 and 255.255.255.0. So we have just provided the IP address, right? Now let's provide the IP address to this router also. Okay. No. Enable configuring terminal interface. Which interface is this? This one, G0/0/0. The IP address is 192.168.12.1. G0/0/0. The IP address must be, yeah,
11.2.
11.2. Yes, dear. 192.168.11.2. Clear? No shutdown. So it will be turned up, right? Now provide the IP address to this interface. Okay. This is interface G0/0/1, right? No shutdown. The IP address will be 192.168 dot which one? 12.1 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. So we have just provided the IP address over here. Clear? Now what is happen? If I go to this router and will ask that how many networks do you know? If let me ask you a question that in between 192.168.11.1 and 11.2, what is the network ID of these two? 192.168.10.0, right or not? This is the network ID for both of these. Clear now, right? What is the network of these two IP addresses? The network belong to these is
11 dot
192.168.11.0. Yeah.
11.0.
And network belong to these two is 192.168.12.0. Right?
Hmm.
If I ask this router that how many networks do you know? Okay. By putting a command show IP route. So it will say, I have a information only two networks 192.168.10.0, 192.168.11.0. Clear? Let me ask this router how many networks do you know? So putting a command show IP route, it will say I also have the information of two network. What are these? 192.168.11.0 and 12.0. Clear? So this router basically have the information of this network and this network only, right or not? That is means this router could able to forward the data to this network and this network that are known to this. Clear? And this router could able to forward the data to this side and this side only. Clear? Now, what is the problem with this router? I just want to forward the data from this PC to this PC, right or not? So when I will put a ping command, the data will forward to the to the switch will forward to the router. But the router will send back the data. No, I cannot forward the data. Why? Because I'm not aware about the 192.168.12.2. No any PC of the network 192.168.12.0. Do this router have any information about these?
No, sir.
Because in routing table they are not available. Why? Because this network is indirectly connected to this router. What? This network is indirectly connected to this router, and this network is indirectly connected to this router. That is why this router cannot forward the data to this side, and this router cannot forward data to this side. Right or not, dear? Now, if these indirectly connected network information will be provided to the router on this side. Now this router will able to forward the data to that side or not if we will introduce the network. If I will manually introduce this network to this router, now the communication can be done, right? Even on this side, if I will introduce this network to this router, the communication can be successful. First of all, we are going to do the static route. What? Static routing. Static routing, we have to provide the manual information. What? Manual information of indirect network, right? Indirect network. Okay. How we can provide the indirectly connected network? First of all, dear, we have to provide the indirect network information. Clear? So we have to introduce over here indirect network. So indirect network is what? Indirect network is 192.168.12.0.
12.0.
The IP address of interface that is responsible to forward the data to other side is what? For this router, for this router, this interface is the gateway, right or not? Likewise, this interface was gateway for this local area network, right or not? In the same way, this interface IP will be the gateway for this router, right or not? Clear? And in case of routers, this gateway is known as the next hop IP. What? Next hop IP address. Okay. So for this router, the next hop IP is this one. Clear? So we have to provide two information, the indirectly connected network and the next hop, because this IP or interface is responsible to forward the data beyond this one, right or not? First, the data will be received on this interface, then it will forward to the other side, right or not, to the indirectly connected network. In the same way, for this router, this interface IP will be the gateway, and this is called next hop, and that is responsible to forward the data to other side. Clear? So let me provide the information of these two. Okay. So indirectly connected network for this one is what? What is the indirectly connected network? 192.168.10.0.
10.0.
Yeah. And next hop is
192.168.11.
192.168.11.1. That's it. Clear? Now let's provide this information. Everything will be done. Configuring terminal. Okay. IP route 192.168.12.0. Okay. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. And now you have to provide the next hop address. What is the next hop address over here? That is 192.168.11.2. That's information is needed only. Clear on this router. Single line of information will be needed for indirectly connected network. Now let's go to this side also. Provide the details. Okay. Go to global configuration mode. IP route 192.168.10.0. Okay. Gateway is 255.255.255.0. Next hop is 192.168.11.1. Right or not? That's it. Now we have provided all the indirectly connected network information. Now if I will ask this router, what is your indirectly connected network? What are the network that you know? So put a command show IP route. So it will say, yes, I got the indirectly connected network, right or not? Okay. Let's go to this PC, put a command ping 192.168.12.2. So they will ping. Clear? We got the response, right or not? We are getting the response. That's it.